Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this HP laptop. This is a model g7-1149wm. Alright, so my main reason for opening this is we're going to have to replace the screen. But anyways, since we have this and this bottom cover is pretty easy to remove, let's go ahead and remove that as well. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to undo these two screws. They actually stay attached to the cover, so don't worry about that. That's so that once you undo the screw, you get a gap here and you can get underneath. You can try using like your fingernails or some plastic pry tools or whatever. This one, it's kind of stuck a little bit, so let's see if I can get this out. Let's see here. Let's try and undo the screws a bit more maybe. Undo the screws a bit more here. Okay. And let's see, can we get this out? Wow, this thing is like stuck in there real good. Alright, let's try. I'm going to actually use this tool here. I know people complain that I use metal tools, but if you know what you're doing, you'll be fine. Again, if you don't know what you're doing, go ahead, use plastic tools. But I'm just going to use this to get under and lift this up. Alright, once we kind of got that up a little, you can see I'll get my fingernail in there. And we're just going to go ahead and pull this. Just like this. And go around. Man, this cover is difficult to remove. Wow. Okay, I might have to use the tool all the way around because this is stuck here as well. So we're going to go ahead and pop this out as well here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if plastic pry tools are going to get this job done, but if you were to use plastic pry tools here. Wow, what is this? Why is it so difficult to remove this cover? Okay, maybe I changed my mind. I should just skip to doing the screen repair. Okay, anyways, I'm flexing it so it goes like this to pull that. There you can see. And then we're going to basically flex it now this way so this side gets pulled in and you can get the clips out. Alright, but I don't know if we're supposed to remove it that way because these clips on the bottom here seem to be pretty big. So let's see if we can start from this side. Maybe it's best to start from the battery side. I'm trying to do it the hard way, I guess. And we're going to flex this inwards like this. Okay, here you can actually get under and you can see little tabs here. Okay, so this is probably the right way that I was supposed to do it. And yes. Okay, so I'm going to put this back afterwards just to show it one more time. Okay, there's a lot of dust in here. There were like little bugs in this thing. So I'm going to actually, oh, there's a tiny cockroach thing right there. So I'm going to actually get my air blower and blow this thing out because, ew, there's so many. There's one up there as well. Yeah, I don't trust that. So I'm going to go outside. They all seem to be dead, but I don't know. There's also, there's one right there as well. There's all these little dead, oh my god. Okay, let me clean that. They're blowing around in the wind because they're like dried out. But yeah, let me clean them up and I'll be back. See you guys in a bit. Alright, I'm back. I just blew it out a bit and hopefully all the bugs are out of there. We're just going to be doing a quick look inside here. Not going to be pulling everything out. Got the wireless card here. You got 2 sticks of RAM. We're going to pop the 1 stick of RAM out just to show you. But the bottom one, you basically do the same thing. You pull those 2 metal tabs to the side. PC3 10600S. Alright, so if you want RAM, PC3 10600S, you can upgrade it by getting basically any PC3 10600S. You can get 2 8-gig sticks if you find them. There might be 16-gig sticks, but they'll be probably crazy expensive. So yeah, maybe 2 8-gig sticks might be the most you'd want to go. And let's go ahead and take a look at the hard drive. So the hard drive, we have this connector here. We're going to grab this, pull it up. Okay, if it doesn't come out, you might have to kind of wiggle it as you pull it. As you can see, there we go. And this one, you want to be careful not to pull on this wire and make sure also it's not trapped underneath when we lift this out. I'm going to use this rubber piece here. We're going to kind of get underneath those and then kind of use that to help pull it up. And here you go. And this is actually an SSD right now. So it doesn't come with an SSD. Oh, there's a bug that was trapped under there. So 2.5-inch SATA hard drive or SSD. This comes out pretty easily. There's this rubber thing you can transfer over. If you're going to get a new hard drive, you would just transfer these things over to it. As far as the hard drive adapter goes, what I do is I get my fingernail into the corner edge like this, and I will use the back of my thumb to pry against this part as I do it. So let me show you that. Okay, so in here like that, and I pry it like that, and there we go, and you can pull that off. If you want to upgrade to an SSD or another hard drive, there is a free cloning software that I talk about in one of my other videos and kind of show how to use it. Anyways, we're going to put this back. If you need help finding that, let me know. Or if you just need help doing a clean install of Windows or something, let me know. I have a video for that too. But yeah, then you got the BIOS, CMOS, RTC, real-time clock battery here. And if you really wanted to get to the CD drive, there's one screw here. Once you remove this screw, you can actually pull the CD drive out. So let me show that real quick. Remove that screw. Here we got this. You can go up and down like that while you kind of pull it. And there you go. Pops out like that. You can actually replace this with a hard drive caddy if you don't really care to use CDs anymore. I believe this is one of the thicker, like 12 point something millimeter, 12 millimeter or something thick drives. So if you did want to get one of those adapters, keep that in mind. There are different sizes, like I think 7 millimeter, 9 millimeter, and 12 or something. Anyways, we're going to get this back in. As you can see, sometimes it has trouble going back in, and the way you fix that is you flip it upside down here, and then that should hopefully allow it to drop in. I don't know. Wait, okay, there we go. I don't know why it wasn't going, but there we go. All right, if it doesn't, you just kind of work it. Don't try and force it in. All right, so now if I kind of pull it, you can see it'll slide back in, no problem. All right, anyways, let's get this screw back. And because we're going to be working on the screen, we're going to have to do a power drain. Here's how the clips look like on the bottom here, just in case you were wondering, and why it was difficult to remove. Again, I'm going to put this back and then show you how it should have been removed. I was actually doing it the difficult way. So we're going to put the bottom part in here first and get these in. For some reason, I was expecting clips up here to be strong, but I guess I was wrong. So, okay, so normally, let's say you have it like this. I'm going to just tighten this down just to show that it's not because this screw was popped up or anything. Make sure everything is clicked in. We can tighten this one as well. All right, and let's go ahead and take this back out. Okay, I haven't worked on one of these models in a long time, so that's why I didn't remember. All right, so now that you got that, I'm going to pull up here. Again, we're going to flex it in the middle. So basically what you're doing is you're pulling up in the center, and you're kind of pushing the sides down. Okay, and that kind of pulls the clips inwards away from the shell. All right, and once you do that, you can see how easy this comes out. Same thing, I'm kind of flexing this so it pulls this clip inwards. So I usually will like grab underneath and flex it like that. And there you go, very easy to remove. All right, let's go ahead and get this back in. All right, sorry for wasting your time with the beginning one where I tried to pry it out by force. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get these screws back in. Again, all of this is like learning process, so computers, they're all different, you never know. So it's all a learning process. The difference is when you feel like something's about to break, you don't want to push it too far. And after working on so many, I kind of know the stress limits of the plastics and things like that. So I know how much force is too much force and to be careful. But anyways, let's hold this power button for about 10 to 15 seconds. This is very important if you're messing with the screen. Otherwise, you can short it out and fry something, usually the backlight circuit. But yeah. Anyways, if this video helps you out, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. So to remove this, we have these little covers here. I'm going to use this very small flathead screwdriver. This is just a flathead, I don't know, size 1. And we're going to get in the little gap between this adhesive in there and pop that out. I've popped this out already before, so it was a bit easier than when I first did it. So keep that in mind. If it's difficult to remove, just keep working at it. You'll eventually get it. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, looks like there's like food or something in here. That's probably why cockroaches were infiltrating it. All right, we're going to use the PH1 or JS1 screwdriver now and remove the screws underneath those pieces of plastic, I don't know what you would call those, screw covers, I guess. All right, we'll get this one out. There we go. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to lay it on its back here, just like this. I'm probably going to have to zoom out. Yep, zoom out a bit. Okay, and see if we can see the whole screen. So what we're going to do, we're going to pull up from the center here, and usually it helps to kind of pull it either outwards or inwards depending on the design. This one, it looks like you just kind of pull it up and twist it with your thumb, and you can see the clips just kind of pop out. So we're going to go over here. If the clips are kind of stuck, we're just going to continue going over to the next. But here you can see now it unhooks from here. And then if you can get behind, you can see actually these clips, there's clips on the top and in the front, so this is going to be a little bit tricky. So we're going to try and unclip this edge now in the front top. So I'm just pulling this out as well. Okay. Alright, this side for some reason is stuck more, so maybe we have to pop the front again. Alright, so once you pop the front, I guess now while you're holding the front open, we're going to work our way over. Okay, so again, pop that out and then pop this out while you're pulling the front out, and there you go, it's working. Okay, then for the sides, we're kind of going to do the same or similar. Pull up the middle, and there you go, it's coming out. Okay, I'm going to go over to here, this one. Okay, so I'm popping that up, and I'm going to get my fingernail in here to pop the top clips out. There you go, it's coming off. And then we're going to work to the side, same thing. Right. Same thing, pull the top, and then also get this. It helps actually to pull these slightly outwards because of those top clips. There we go, we got most of that out. We're going to flip this back over. Okay, and then we're going to pull this. Oh man, there's like food or something trapped in this thing. Alright, so we're going to tip it forward again, or back, and then we're going to pull the front out now, or the middle, bottom part, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and just kind of put some force. Try and make sure not to like punch into the screen here. We're mostly just pulling the thing away. And again, okay, so this does come separate from these little hinge covers, as you can see. So let's see if we can kind of separate this. I'm going to tip it back up like that. And all right, there we go. Let's see here, can we get this out? Okay, I think we're gonna have to like close this a bit and check the clips on this side. All right, so now we're gonna have to I'm gonna run my fingernail along here to unclip the bottom. But again, you can use plastic pry tools. All right, I just use the tools I have on hand. Get it? On hand. All right, and that's what I use for a lot of my repairs. So yeah, don't ask me to cut my nails because they're important. All right, so there we go. We got that out. All right, so here you can see how they have this design. Let's see it. Is this loose? This one looks like it's sticking out a little bit, but it's actually tight in there. So, all right, what we're gonna do next to get the screen out, I'm gonna turn this around a bit. All right, all this turning around and stuff is actually for you guys to see a little bit better. It's not actually helpful for me to work on it in a lot of cases. So hopefully it actually helps you guys out. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove these two screws on these corners here. Okay, normally I would just leave it sitting straight up, but hopefully you guys can see here. And then what I'm gonna do is we need to loosen this screw a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna do a few turns. You don't wanna undo it too much. Right, we're just gonna make it a little bit loose, and that's so we can have access to the screws on the side. Can I even show this? It's okay, so there's screws on the sides here of the screen, as you can see there. All right, so what I'm gonna do, sorry, I'm probably not gonna be able to get this on camera well because I can't really work on it while it's that way. Now you can see the back panel can actually fall back a little bit, and that's important because there's two screws on either side, one up here, and then there's one further down here. All right, and if you didn't loosen the screw at the bottom here near the hinge, then you wouldn't be able to access this screw mount area. Okay, we're gonna now go over to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, and we'll remove these two screws as well. Got that one, and we got the one screw down here. All right, then we'll plop this forward. All right, so let me double check because I had like multiple computer screens I ordered. So let me see where I have this package. The model number of this screen, if you're curious, is LTN173KT01. Again, before you remove this, it's very important that you did that battery power drain. So let me look for the screen and I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So I got the package here. All right, we're gonna have to open this thing up though. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna slice this thing open. All right, and let's go ahead and pop this thing open. All right, you can see all this bubble wrap on it. We're gonna set that box aside. You want to be careful with the bubble wrap because bubble wrap can give off a lot of static. So you don't want to kind of like be around the motherboard area and stuff while you're popping the plastic off. And again, make sure that you're grounded if I didn't say that already, so that static doesn't build up and destroy your computer. All right, we're going to peel this open and get this out. Okay, let's see what we got here. So they listed this as new. You can see they actually wrapped it with some nice screen protector thingy for now. Okay, I don't know what this yellow tape is for, but I don't think it'll affect anything, so I'll just leave it there. Okay, so here's what the screen looks like. Basically the same exact thing. So let's go ahead and remove the old one and we'll get the new one into place. So it helps to use like a plastic razor blade here. As you can see, we can kind of cut underneath the adhesive. Okay, and there we go. It actually separated the plastic from the adhesive, so hopefully I'll be able to stick this piece back down. All right, this part's still sticky, so that's good. And then you want to make sure that this part behind isn't sticky, so you want to be careful. We're going to try and lift it up a little bit, but not enough to pull up here, so you want to be very careful when lifting this. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's sticky there. All right. Once we get that, we can go ahead and peel this back, and we can go ahead and peel the whole connector back. Okay, might be a little tricky because there's still some adhesive. But there we go. Okay, and there we go. All right, so now we're going to set aside the old broken screen. All right, and we're going to get the new one. So let's put that over here, and we'll get the new screen now. Okay. If they have tape holding the screen plastic stuff wrapped over the sides, you want to make sure to remove that first before you put the bezel in. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this lined up. Okay, make sure everything is lined up, and then we can kind of pull it into place. Usually I use this pull tab to pull. If you can, try and get the corners to slide it in, just like that. Usually I'll use my fingernails on the corner edge of the connector to help pull it into place. And there we go. All right, that way it's not really pulling stress on the connector. Okay, anyways, we're gonna zoom out now. We're gonna lift the screen up. You wanna try and make sure that the cable is still routed in the right spot. I'll kind of show a close-up in a bit of where it goes, but let's go ahead and get these screws on the sides back in. So we're gonna get the upper ones first, and then we'll do the lower ones after. The reason we do that is so that we can kind of swing it around and adjust it, make sure everything is lined up right. Okay, so right now I'm going on the right side of the screen now, and we're gonna get that in. All right, then you can kind of tighten that into place. Make sure that the screen is kind of lined up right with this frame here, okay? All right, now that we got that, we can go ahead and get the screw down here. Just hold the screen in place, and now tighten that. Good. All right, and if you want, you can, to release stress on the thing, if it was twisted, you can undo that screw and then retighten it. That way it keeps it without like trying to hold it from the previous position. All right, let's go ahead and tighten this in. There we go. We're gonna loosen the screw up here. I know, sorry, it's hard to see what I'm doing right now, but yeah. All right, let's go ahead and turn this over again so you guys can see. And we're gonna tighten this screw back here, down here, back in. Actually, if you want, you can actually add some thread locker here. This will help so that the screw won't come loose in the future. The hinge screws are very important. If they start coming loose, they can destroy the hinges. So usually I like to put a tiny amount of red thread locker, not too much, like not even a drop, just barely like tap it on there to get a little bit. All right, I don't think you can even see, but I just kind of tap some of it on there. All right, and then we're gonna tighten that into place. All right, and that prevents the screws from coming loose in the future. So we're gonna take this screw out. We're gonna do the same thing, just a tiny bit. There we go, and we'll tighten that in. All right, now that we got that, we're gonna get the two screws up here in place. These ones aren't as important, that if they come loose, then it's fine. So you can just tighten them back in like normal. Okay, just like that. There we go. Okay, so next thing, we're gonna turn this over. We're gonna put the battery in, so let's actually close this slightly so we can get the battery in. get that at an angle and drop the battery in. If for some reason the battery doesn't go down, you can try moving the switch over a little bit, and then you can let go and push it back in. You don't push it all the way to the left, just slightly over so it can drop into place. There we go. And let's go ahead and see if this thing powers up. I might have to plug it in. Oh, actually it's lighting up, so we should be good. There you go. Screen is on. You can see Windows is loading. It has an SSD, so it'll probably boot pretty quick. So we should be good. I'm going to shut this down, and we're going to put back the bezel and the screws and those little plastic screw covers, and we should be good to go. And hopefully this video helped you guys out. Again, if it did, make sure to like, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. If it helps you save a bunch of money, again, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Alright, anyways, we're shutting it down now. Everything looked good, so we're going to actually peel off the screen protective layer. So we'll just grab this. We'll peel this off. These kinds of things, it helps to kind of roll it off. You don't want to pull it straight towards you, because then it can separate layers in the screen and put pressure on it, and it can actually, if you're not careful, you can crack the screen. Though usually it's not likely to crack, but it's always nice to kind of pull it more flat with the screen. Okay, so there we go. Flip this over. Now you can see it's a lot more reflective. Okay, we're going to get this lined back up over here. Okay, once you've got that, we're going to we can work on the top first since it's easier for you guys to see. So we're just going to basically push the outer edge into place, just like this. Click everything in. There's so much dust in it. All right, and then we're just going to keep working around, pushing the outer edge in. Same thing at the bottom. Push the push the outermost edge down, not in the middle. And then once you've done that, you can kind of work your way around the middle and make sure everything is in place. All right. Usually the middle parts will clip themselves in, so we should be good. You'll want to double check down here on the back to make sure everything is flush. Looks good. All right. So let's go ahead now and put back the 2 screws that were down there, and we should be good to go. All right, last 2 screws. Get that in. Good. All right, other screw. Good. All right, and that's pretty much all there is to it. We'll just stick these little pieces back into place. Make sure to get the rounded side in the right spot. All right, usually I like to start somewhat like higher up on it, and then kind of slide it down a little in place if you can. All right, and there we go. It's in its spot. And then make sure to put good pressure on it to stick it back into place. We'll get the same thing with this one. Line it up, slowly lower it down. All right, oops. And then push that into place. And there we go. And that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, let's drop this. Bye.